So there's like three things that I kind of want to cover right off the tippy top.
Go for it.
Four, if you include my usage of the word tippy top. I make no apologies. It had to be done.
I guess. Yeah, I mean,
I stand by it. I think it's a very masculine thing to say.
I don't have
And
any
that's,
problems with
you
it.
know.
It's just not the first thing I'd use, but I don't have any.
No, well,
Yeah.
we all know what you would use, but this is a family show, and so tippy top is what we are. Tippy top is what we're going with.
Yeah.
No, the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that I am recording in a different location than usual. I am in an echoey room.
Okay.
The woods room. The woods room. The room is made of wood.
Nice.
It doesn't have any of the sound isolating paneling that I typically use. And so it will sound a little... my audio is going to sound a little reverby, but that shit is what it is. And so I'm not apologizing. I'm just acknowledging... I'm not apologizing. I just want you to know that I'm not foolish enough to think this sounds good. I
No.
do have standards. I'm just not meeting them.
That's
So,
all right. You're yeah, that's fair.
The second thing I want to say, I feel like is maybe implied. I feel like it's maybe me just whining.
Okay.
Sounding like a broken record. Not so much sounding like a broken record because it's something that we have said a lot, but it's something that's been said a lot. And so, anyways, here it is. Screw COVID, man. Screw COVID
yes.
right in the face.
Yeah.
COVID can piss right off because today, 3 hours ago, about 3 hours ago, I was within 300 feet of you.
Yeah.
300 meters.
Sure.
I was within 300 meters of you.
Yeah. Which contradicts the restraining order, but continue with your story.
Yeah, well, what the po-po don't know. No. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt so... We haven't seen each other in...
Oh.
What do we want to call it? 6 months?
Oh, more.
It would have been February. So March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. 9 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
We haven't seen each other in 9 months.
It's been a while.
We have a damn movie we have a podcast together. The entire second half of our show, we have forgotten what the other person smells like. We have forgotten the essence that is given off just by sitting in the same room as each other.
Yes.
I am getting back into uploading YouTube videos, and I uploaded a video the other day, and your comment to me, if I can share this,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
was I'm super used to hearing your voice. I'm no longer used to that voice coming out of a face.
Right.
Or something less creepy than that, but
Yeah.
but that was the gist of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It sucks. It sucks. I was so freaking close to you today.
For sure. Yeah.
And because normally, and I don't know miles, I can't help anyone with miles, but normally
Sure.
we're like 200 plus kilometers apart.
A few hours drive, at least. Yeah.
Yeah. So, pissed me off, but whatever.
Yeah.
The third and final thing,
Sure.
this is a big deal episode.
Big
For
deal.
several reasons. As far as James Bond goes, this is a big deal episode for several reasons.
Well,
Number one.
and to clarify, just in case anyone hasn't clued in from the title of the episode, this is a James Bond episode. Also another example of broken record. Same guy, same playboy millionaire who just does stupid crap. It's a broken record. But yeah, continue. The James Bond episode.
He's like Batman, but he's corporate.
Well, and he's way more
He's not
disrespectful
self-employed.
to women.
Oh yeah.
The occasional one-liner
Yeah.
that lands, but some of them are just kind of like,
Batman makes poor romantic decisions.
Sure.
Batman kisses women he shouldn't.
Okay.
But it is almost always consensual
Sure.
when Batman kisses a woman.
Yep.
There's not a lot of coercion that happens.
No.
The same can't be said for JB. But
Yeah.
I can't believe we've gone this entire series, and I'm pretty sure that's the first time I've referred to him as JB.
J
Wow.
Bonds. J Bonds.
Start the track over, man. We gotta go back to the beginning. No, this is a big one for a couple reasons. Number one, this is the first 007 film that we are reviewing that takes place in the 2000s, or was filmed and released in the 2000s.
Yes.
It's a new century
21st.
of 007 film.
The 21st century.
Yes. Secondly, it is the final Pierce Brosnan James Bond,
Yep.
which blows my mind because I feel like we just whizzed through those.
It feels like we
I feel
just
like
started.
we were done with Pierce Brosnan before we started.
Well, and I feel that's for two reasons. One, like we enjoyed them more, so it didn't feel like purgatory. But B, compared to like he was only in 4. Sean Connery was in 7. Tales from the Crypt, Roger Moore was in 7. Like all these ones that we didn't, enjoy did take like a long time to get through. So that once we finally got on something that we liked, it's like we blink and it's done.
My hat is off to you. I do think you're a funny guy.
Thank you.
You don't often make me laugh out loud. I don't often lol.
Right.
That was Tales from the Crypt. That is good. That is good. So the last Pierce Brosnan one, it's also the 22nd
Yes.
007 film?
Yep. Number 22.
It is ending a loose continuity, but it's ending a 22 film continuity.
Right. Yeah.
Because, spoiler alert, the Daniel Craig films are completely detached. They're their own.
Yeah. Yep.
They're their own entity. So this, if this is a milestone, it feels like.
Yeah. For sure.
So yeah, and it's the last 007 switch that we're going to have of the existing films, right? Obviously, when they recast 007 after No Time to Die, and they release another one, we'll be right there to give you the dirty deeds. But as it stands, we are moving on to the final 007 actor.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so that's also substantial. It feels like.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, yeah. So this is a 007 series. If it's the first one you're listening to, I mean, I have nothing to say to you. No, this is a series where we are out to find the quintessential 007 film. I had never seen any of them, and so we're rectifying that shit. And we rank the films on a category out of 8 categories, scale of 0 to 10. No categories have ever gotten a 0, and no categories have ever gotten a 10.
Well, that's true.
We've never said, no, this is total garbage. I will not acknowledge it at all. And we've also never said there's no room for improvement. That was incredible. But yeah, so we take those 8 scores, we average them, and that gives us a ranking for the film. And we insert it into our algorithm, our spreadsheet, our Excel spreadsheet. And from there, we find out, is this the quintessential Bond film? Yeah. My reigning champion is GoldenEye.
Yeah.
So we are essentially, we're just here today. I'm just here today to see if GoldenEye gets dethroned.
Right.
I think your reigning champion is still Goldfinger.
Yes.
That's a long-standing title, my friend.
Yeah. I'm looking,
Wow.
Even Pierce Brosnan didn't dethrone Goldfinger. Came close, but no.
All right. Let's dive into this.
Let's do it.
So our first category is plot.
Mm-hmm.
I gave this a 5.
Okay. Okay.
I thought it was okay. I thought it was an interesting concept, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you have two real concepts here. You have the bad guy. You have what the bad guy is trying to do, and then you have how he's trying to do it, right? So you've got the whole weapon. You've got the weapon premise, but then you've also got the like gene manipulation plot that's happening. Listen, I have in the past the more kind of campy or cheeky or ridiculous spy movie. The higher on that scale that the film has come, I've typically ranked it higher for it. I've gone, you know what? It's James Bond. I don't need this to feel realistic.
No.
I don't need this to feel grounded. I want something a little crazy, a little wild, something that you would need to bring in 007 for.
Sure. Yeah.
Having said that, I wasn't 100% sure whether or not this was actually written as a 007 film or if this was the original script for Agent Cody Banks. And I don't know, Frankie Muniz didn't like it and wanted them to do a rewrite or something. And so then they recycled this shit.
Oh,
it was just so ridiculous.
Oh, man.
It was too over the top.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. So maybe I'm eating my words here.
Sure.
Because I was more than happy to. I wanted to suspend belief.
Yep.
Or suspend disbelief.
Mm.
You know, I wanted films that made me go, but whatever, it's James Bond.
Mm-hmm.
This pushed that envelope a little too much. Yeah. So I gave it a 5 because you know what? It was fascinating, which brings it up. But it was also total bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, total.
Which brings it back down, and the needle kind of falls right in the middle. Mm-hmm. So 5.
Yeah. Before I'll go into it, I want to say I definitely have seen this film before, and I was interested see. I was interested to see how it aged because I hadn't seen it since I was probably a teenager, and at that point, like I thought it was like, yeah, it's a fine film, whatever. When I rewatched it, and this isn't spilling the beans, like it still could score well as the quintessential Bond film, but what I will say off the bat is it didn't really age that well towards me. It was my least enjoyable of the Pierce Brosnan films, and overall, like I think you hit the nail on the head. It was just too corny, but specifically for the plot, I gave it a 6 out of 10. It was really teetering. Do I give it 5, a bit above 5? I gave it a 6. I gave it a 6 because it was simple enough to the degree that it's easy to follow, but obviously very far-fetched. But ultimately, like it was clear what was going on. But yeah, the absolute bullcrap alert. Just the identities being manipulated by gene therapy and DNA transplants and all this kind of garbage. I can believe some things in films for the sake of having an enjoyable experience, but this was just too far. So those are just the big picture things. A couple small picture things, just itty bitty problems. There was like one sequence that is a big no-no as a 00 agent. There was a sequence where Bond has a gun held to a villain's head, and it bothered me because it turned out he had been double-crossed and someone had emptied his gun, and there were no bullets in the gun. And surprise, surprise, there was a double cross and someone screwed him over. He's been on the job for however many years, like 20 years, 10 years, whatever you want to say. He doesn't notice the difference between a fully loaded and an unloaded gun. Like that's something that like a first year recruit would know. So that just bothered me fundamentally. And there was a scene near the end that bothered me a little less, but like he was chasing Halle Berry to save her, and she was like about to drown in a room, and he was racing to save her. And I'm like, how do you, at this point in the scene, like, how do you know where she is? How do you know she's still alive to even be saved? Like, how do you know she's not in a U-Haul trailer in the back? Like, how, it was just, he knew a whole lot of specific things to save someone in time. And it was like, how do you know all these things? So, but just big picture, yeah, it was a little corny. I gave it a 6. Could have gotten much lower.
Cool. Portrayal of Bond.
Sure.
I give this an 8. I mean, which is what I've given. I think which is what I've given Pierce Brosnan every time. I think that's been unwavering. I just he's so good. He's getting a little older here.
Sure.
He's been playing the character for about 10 years. He's got a little bit of silver highlights happening.
Yep.
But I didn't mind it in the same way that I minded Roger Moore. Right.
I feel like the amount of bashing we've been giving, we've got to give Stefan a shout out, because I believe you've said he also does not appreciate Roger Moore.
Oh yeah, Roger Moore's. Yeah, Stefan agrees, but I mean, Stefan also doesn't like Pierce Brosnan.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I mean, I feel like he would agree with us, but then he would also say, but you know. Yeah, no, you know what? I'm having a blast with Pierce. Had a blast. This is the last one.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't need my James Bond to be very realistic, and I don't think Pierce Brosnan's portrayal of James Bond has been particularly realistic.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of been, I think he did a good job of grasping the fantastical aspect of James Bond. The no man is actually like this. He's sexier than he has any right being. He's more successful with women, with weapons, with gadgets. He's just kind of got the look. Looks like he belongs maybe in a cologne commercial.
Yeah.
You know, perfect hair. Yeah. And for some people that's a demerit. But I've taken that blue pill like a,
well,
this was
Keanu
originally
Reeves.
it was originally going to be a Matrix reference, but now I'm thinking I took that blue pill like a Roger Moore who has successfully convinced a girl.
No.
You know. Yeah. But I gave it an 8. I'm really, you know, I'm happy
Sure.
with the Bond performance.
I gave it a 7. Again, appreciate what Pierce Brosnan has brought to the table. In this specific episode, we actually have another incidence of Bond going rogue, this time for personal revenge, and he loses his 00 status. One thing, and the last thing I'll say, and I tied it into the portrayal of Bond just because it's specific to the Pierce Brosnan film, so it's not particularly Pierce Brosnan, but it's in these films. I did enjoy in all these films, we would have pan-outs and more occurrences or things going on at the MI6 or the SIS headquarters in London, like the actual building. And I appreciated it to the same degree as some people appreciate Hogwarts in Harry Potter. So not to the same level. Obviously, Hogwarts is way higher as far as a character in those films than these SIS headquarters are in London. But there was something about it where they would pan to that building and then it would go in and show Moneypenny doing something. And I felt like I just loved that touch that seems to just be so far in the Pierce Brosnan films and not in the ones prior. So overall, I gave this a 7 out of 10 for Pierce.
Cool. Villain.
Mm-hmm.
I gave this a 4.
Okay.
I think the whole gene splice, it comes back to this gene and engineering thing.
Sure.
The tech was just too janky. Or not janky. It was too the way it worked, the efficiency of it was just a little too convenient.
Sure.
It was like, oh, it just works that well, and you look perfect, and there's no healing time. There's no like. It was almost a little too magical. And then I didn't understand. So we've got the guy who's got. You're better with names. I feel like you make notes of the names, and I don't. There's the guy that gets like blown up or shot in the beginning. The guy that's got like the silver shit on his face.
Oh, like Zhao. He has like those diamond shrapnel that's been like blown in his face kind of thing.
Is that what it is?
I don't really know.
And if it is, why is it streaky? And
I don't know, man.
And why is there never an sure, he looks kind of like, it makes him look kind of badass, and I'm all about a Bond villain with a gimmick. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
But explain the gimmick to me at least, so that I don't just think, oh yeah, the guy with the silver streaks on his face, because
because
it didn't make any sense to me. The villains I didn't find super menacing. Yeah, I really don't know, aside from that, if I can properly place my finger on it. It was a swing and a miss as far as the villain goes. So I gave it a 4.
Wow. Yeah, that's fair. I gave it a lower. I gave it a 2 out of 10. So the villain, Gustav Graves, sure, what we look for in Bond villains, we want calculated, we want someone who has a scheme. He had those things, but that's not the taste that was left in my mouth. That's not the impression I was left with. I just found him way too corny. And that's kind of the impression that I was left with afterwards. And just for that, he wasn't a great villain to me. He boiled down to just, in essence, he was a villain with super, super big daddy issues and wanting his dad's approval. And just the corniness was really just, yeah, it was really obvious. Like there was like a parachute entrance where he was like jumping in front of the press, and it just seemed really too expositional and way too corny and staged. And he made a lot of comments about diamonds. And again, this series, like throughout all the 22 movies, they keep making references to diamonds, and it seems to be an ongoing theme. But yeah, a lot of just corniness, a lot of just unrealistic kind of lame stunts and kind of props for him. Another reason I gave it low scores, we just had some occurrences where henchmen had Jinx or Halle Berry, and instead of just killing her, like we've seen in so many films, they leave some elaborate way of like that's going to kill her that someone can save her from, or that she can save herself from. So there was like that thing she was chained to that had lasers shooting everywhere, and instead she was just allowed to escape from it. And I also made a note when I was watching this, super random thought, back to the 21 previous films, I really thought Jaws was going to return.
I thought we were going to get him again at some point.
But like quite obviously now in the Pierce Brosnan years, like he's not coming back, so that's it.
And you know what though? I still thought he could have come back into Pierce Brosnan. Yeah. But I mean, you know this and I don't.
Sure.
I can't see him or an iteration of him. I would love for an iteration of him to pop up in a Daniel Craig one. I think
he's actually poker player number 3 in
Casino Royale.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and wait. Odd Jobs Ghost is another one. So,
yeah. Gadgets. This gets a 9.
Wow.
Only because I'm scared to give it 10.
Yeah.
I want to leave myself some wiggle room.
You got to.
Come on. I mean, in this, I'm going to leave the best for last. Let's talk about some other things here first. The Watch C4 detonator.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The quintessential, the used in so many video games and everything else, the laser watch. Amazing. Everything you would want and expect from James Bond.
Sure.
But the cherry on top,
Yep. Okay.
the icing on the cake,
Sure.
BMW can go suck it. Because, ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
I give you the Aston Martin Vanquish.
Yes.
Again, something that I've driven in many a James Bond video game levels.
Yes. Exactly.
But not just like the most fully decked out Bond car we've seen.
Yeah.
Just this thing, so good. The surfboard briefcase, that was cool.
Right.
And the relic room, as I'm calling it.
Yes, that was very cool.
If you get a dictionary and you look up fan service, you'll just see it was and it was not just like, oh, that's kind of similar to. No, that is the jetpack that Sean Connery used.
Yeah.
That, there's all these, and it's just like, it was such a fun, I wish I remembered the gadgets from the other films enough to be able to pause that scene and like look for all the hidden gems, all the Easter eggs.
Ooh, yeah, that's true.
That are there.
Yeah.
But that was just such a great moment. We have a new Q.
Sure.
He doesn't.
Well, no. Well, like, yeah, but what's his name? Is he? Oh,
John
what's his name?
Cleese.
No. He was a different letter, wasn't he?
But he is Q now.
Oh, is he Q now?
Refers to him as Q. Before he was P or R. Or
Yeah.
something.
Okay. So now he's Q. Sorry. Okay.
Now he's Q.
Okay.
Because Q just stands for, like, the reason why it's Q is because he's the quartermaster.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you mentioned before the interaction that John Cleese has with Bond isn't the same as the interaction that our tried and true beloved Q gave us. But all in all, still good.
Oh yeah.
Still quirky. There's a fun kind of not rivalry between them, but there's kind of a love and hate, a give and tug sort of thing. That's like, stop breaking all my shit, 007. Grow up. Maybe show some shred of commitment to a woman for once in your life.
Get a haircut.
I gave it a 9. I was
Get a
I was
haircut.
over the moon.
Get a real job.
Yeah. I don't think the gadgets are ever going to get better than what I just saw.
Sure.
But again, I was scared. I was scared to give it a 9.
Sure.
Or a 10. I mean, I was scared to go any higher than a 9, but solid 9.
Sure. I gave it a 7, so that's still pretty solid. I'm going to go down my grocery list here, similar to what you said. The Rolex watch with the detonator for the C4, great. The medical robot to assess James Bond so that he can't sleep his way into a clean bill of health, great. The virtual reality training program was so cool. That was very cool. And like you said, a lot of throwback to old gadgets. The ones that stood out to me were the same ones that stood out to you. The jetpack, the shoe with a blade in it. But the belle of the ball, a pretty dang baller Aston Martin. And I literally wrote this down. Oh, baby, did that engine purr. No more BMW. And yeah, some really cool features that completely camouflages. And throwback to Timothy Dalton, James Bond, the tires have spikes in them for ice traction. So I gave it a 7. Very solid category.
Cool. Fights in action. This gets a 7 for me.
Okay. Yeah.
There's some pretty badass surfing in the beginning. There's like some henchmen
true.
or something, and they're doing some crazy cool surfing. It is brought down overall by the CGI in this movie. Is like they were a little more ambitious with the CGI than I think they should have been.
Yeah.
There's like the wind sailing scene, and the
Oof.
CGI just looks like garbage.
Which just for context, 2002. So this is Lord of the Rings: Two Towers. Two Towers aged so well.
Oh yeah.
So well.
Absolutely.
When I watched this, like I was like, wow, this looks awful.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So the sword fighting, like the fencing that happens, that was a lot of fun. That was a sort of a refreshing sequence to us. You know, Bond can fight. He's not just good with a gun.
Yeah.
Of note, and this didn't really, I don't know, this doesn't really affect the score. I just noticed, you know, I think I've been missing the Walther PPK. James Bond's stubby gun. His iconic kind of handgun. His gun of choice.
Sure.
You know, Pierce Brosnan looks sexy with the big silencer and everything on it. That's cool, I guess. It makes sense. It makes sense that he would have a silencer on it, or at least from film laws of physics, where a silencer actually makes your gun silent. You know, suppressor is a better term than silencer. But yeah, I gave this a 7. I had a lot of fun with it. It's the most, you know, for the last little while, I felt like for a long time in the beginning, the action was just kind of the action. It kind of dipped and went up, and sometimes were better than others. I think we've been on a consistent increase of feeling more modern, feeling more just exciting with the action.
Oh, for sure.
So I gave it a 7. Could have been better. I think the shitty visual effects pulled me out of things more often than I would have liked it to. But 7.
Yeah, I give it a 5 out of 10. And I think I mirror what you say. The CGI really blew it for me. My first note is there was a certain point in the movie where I literally wrote down this ranking is at -1 so far. It did pull itself out to a 5 out of 10. Bull crap alert. Bond is in a hospital bed, and he is somehow able to just close his eyes and with deep concentrated breathing, not just like lower his heart rate, he's able to put his heart into a rhythm that is warranting a crash code team to come and like resuscitate him. So I'm bullshit flags are raising all over me here, and I'm like, bull crap. And then when the team comes, he like grabs the defibrillator pads and turns it on the medical team and like pieces out. And I was like, garbage. You know, some of the CGI sequences were pretty janky, I have to admit. I love that word. You used it. I use it a lot now. So there were some laser sequences with Jinx that were horrid. And the kite surfing on the glaciers was horrible. Like, I honestly thought to myself, we had action sequences from James Bond films from the 70s, from the 80s, and the 90s. Like earlier 90s, that is.
They looked way better.
So much better. And they just stuck to what they could do well. One thing that brought it up, there were some fun action sequences. So there were some dope action sequences with the Aston Martin. And there was one specific scene where the Aston Martin had been flipped in an explosion and was sliding on ice on the roof, and he used an ejector seat to flip the car back upright. And I kind of smirked. I kind of smirked myself, and I'm like, okay, I'm all right with this pretty baller move. Like, I'm here for that. That's cool. So I give it a 5 out of 10. It balanced it out a little bit, but ultimately not great.
Shit where you're thinking to yourself, well, he got lucky there. Like, you know, he was quick to think of trying that, but he had no idea that was going to work. But it doesn't matter because it's so great that you're like, you know, when the traction spikes come out of the tires and he rolls up and like holds himself on that ice ramp, which is just convenient. Like, why is that? Why is the wall shaped like that right where he needs it to be? but
conducive
whatever.
conducive for a car like driving on it. Like what wall is like
but
that?
Whatever. Yeah.
It's all good.
Bond girl.
Mm-hmm.
Halle Berry.
Sure.
A notable Bond girl.
Sure.
I gave this a 7.
Okay.
I think she's smart.
Sure.
I think she's self-capable. I think she doesn't need Bond.
No.
Does in some way. I mean, he saves her. He saves her with the whole, this, using one of your terms, a total baller move when he drives the car through the ice.
Yes.
But yeah, she's stunning. She's fun. It's refreshing again to not have just a Caucasian girl, some blonde ditz.
Yes.
No offense, Honey Rider.
Is
I don't
this
know.
actually is this like the first non-Caucasian Bond girl?
No. We
I
had
feel bad
one other
not knowing.
We had one in the episode in the movie where it was just all it was like Miami Vice and it was all just drugs
sure.
and nobody knew why.
Right.
It was like, call in 007. 10 kilos of cocaine has gone missing. And
Someone
we're not
was arrested
entirely
for
sure what to do.
call in 007. Someone was arrested on a misdemeanor charge for carrying one joint.
Yeah, like literally. Cole, we've already tried the National Guard, but we can't get a hold of them.
They said to sod off.
A direct order from Her Majesty says that we must get the most sophisticated and advanced agent in the nation to deal with this blunt. Like, yeah, it was stupid. But
Sure.
I don't even know what
yeah.
one that was. But whatever
Sure.
it is, don't watch it. It's not the quintessential Bond
No.
film. It's total friggin' bullshit.
Do not.
It's so bad.
Sure. Okay. So
yeah.
you gave it a good score.
So, so I gave it a good score. I was happy with her. I think it's a lot of fun. Initially, and this is something, I don't know. I'll leave this for supporting characters. This could fall into several categories. I'm going to wait. Leave it for supporting characters. So yeah, overall, I gave it a 7.
Sure. I was more on the fence. I gave it a 5 out of 10, and I'll tell you why. I felt like for many of these films, we had to a certain degree, we had 2 Bond females, and obviously mainly one with Halle Berry, but there were 2, and it just seemed a little like, I don't know, weird and demeaning at times. Like at times they were just kind of cat fighting it out over James, and I was like, I feel like we can not, like, it's not 1960. These women can be like independent women of James Bond. Like, why do we have to go here with this story? But we've got some star power. Obviously, Halle Berry's in it, and for her alone, I think she's a strong independent agent. So great. And for the most part, she was fun to watch. Just for me, with what they did with her, she was just a character. I didn't have a huge investment in her. So maybe I would have given it higher if I was just more emotionally invested. The other one I'm considering is shout out to really young or younger Rosamund Pike, for all those Gone Girl fans out there. Yeah, she's not a huge fan of 007, but then really things take a turn where for some reason they decide to spice things up and she caves to his romance. I guess maybe she was just trying to play with him. I don't know. But yeah, I give it a 5 out of 10. The combo of them just made it a little too hectic and complicated at times. And if it maybe just more solely focused on Halle Berry's strong independent character, or Rosamund Pike's strong independent character, I think I maybe would have liked it more.
Okay. Supporting characters. So this is where I put what's her name? Miranda Frost? What's Pike's character's name?
Oh yeah,
I think it's Miranda.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of side note, completely irrelevant.
Sure.
It was fun hearing Pierce Brosnan say Miranda because Miranda is Sally Field's character's name in Mrs. Doubtfire. And so I just got like this weird like audio like nostalgia deja vu trigger when he's like Miranda.
Way.
And I'm like,
are you serious?
Say it. Yeah.
No.
Miranda Hiller.
When we need to review Miss Doubtfire at the end of this James Bond series. Like, we have to.
Oh, we totally do. Yeah. So at first I really liked her.
Sure.
And then, because I was like, oh, yeah, she's this young, independent girl who's like talking to M, and she's like, I'm not just going to boink him because everyone else has sex with him. I'm going to like stand true to my morals and my,
Sure.
whatever else.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like I'm watching it, like flip of a hat, she's like, seduce me, 007. Please take off all my clothes and lay in this bed with me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what is happening? Or actually, she gets naked.
Yeah.
She gets naked in front of him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Okay, hang on. Hang
changed?
on.
What
you're being
changed?
a little bit like, if he's 007.
Yeah.
So, yes, just because you're getting naked in front of him doesn't mean you're consenting. It doesn't give him the go ahead. But what the hell do you think he's going to,
Yeah. Yeah.
you're if you really don't want anything to happen with him, you're kind of dancing with fire here. Like you're
Right.
I don't know. It seemed weird. And then she sleeps with him, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I've lost a lot of like, what is happening here?
Sure.
And then you find out that she is a no good, not very nice, naughty person. She's a villain.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden I really liked her again. I was like,
Oh, okay.
oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're screwing with him. You pulled the wall over on his eyes. James Bond's a total idiot because he didn't, he 007, JB just thought that, he thought that his allure was that strong. He thought that he was like, you have no interest in having sex with me. Well, what if I turn my chin like this?
You've done it again, 007.
What if I bat my eyelashes a little bit? What if I stand upwind so you can smell my cologne? Right? Like, and then all of a sudden she's like, oh, take me now. Right?
Yeah.
But no, she's just screwing with him. She made Bond look like an idiot.
She did.
So I thought she was great. I liked M's interactions with Bond when they meet up and they're in the subway station.
Yeah, that's cool.
That was a lot of fun. Again, Q wasn't on point for me, but it was still, they made up for it by the relic room and stuff. Made it an exciting Bond Q interaction.
Yeah.
Also, apparently, I think maybe Felix Leiter did succumb to those shark injuries because
Oh man, yeah. I mean,
either that or he's taking
logically,
way more vacation time, morning time.
logically,
Than
yeah. He had no business surviving them in the first place, so it's only natural.
no, he was like, sharks, and then he was like, actually, I'm completely fine.
Hey,
Like, it's I got a splinter, but I'll deal with that. And then like a week later, apparently he's like, never mind, and now he's dead. So that's fine. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to say, hey, like I'm wondering if there's a guy in the writing room who several films in goes, oh shit, wasn't there
right.
wasn't there like a guy or something
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
we were kind of making a gag out of like, someone would message us and be like, hey, I'm happy to come back and play Felix Leiter, and it'd go, ha, 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 ha. The same actor twice, dream on, pal. But
Right.
no, but yeah, I gave it a 7. It was a good cast, I thought.
Yeah.
Good cast.
Yeah.
And fun interactions with everyone.
Sure. I went the polar opposite. I gave it a 2. A 2 out of 10.
Wow.
20%, you might say. I felt bad for poor Moneypenny. who the only way she actually gets to have a relationship with Bond is when she's left to her own virtual reality devices. Madonna was the fencing instructor. I didn't notice that when I watched this years ago, and I just was watching it this time, and I'm like, that is Madonna. That is Madonna right there. M was there, not super present as I found she was in the other films, so that was a bit of a blow to me. John Cleese's Q, sure, great. Obviously, we said we prefer the previous Desmond Llewellyn, I think is how you pronounce his name. We preferred him more, but it is what it is. One thing of note, and I caught this, I'm assuming you caught this, I'm assuming some fans of the show caught this. Obviously, John Cleese from his Monty Python days. In the virtual reality, Bond shoots M and states, or James Bond states to Q, it's only a flesh wound. And I was like, nice. Nice, I see what you did there.
It's just a flesh wound, sir.
Yeah. Finally, you hit it. What the hell's with no Felix Leiter? We've got this dude named, well, the actor is Michael Madsen. I forget, who cares what his name is, but he's the Cavalier CIA agent. No Felix, no even Jack Wade. We had this Jack Wade kind of start, and it's okay, I guess he's replaced Felix, but then he just kind of disappeared. So overall, I was not impressed. I gave it a 2.
I would have taken the hillbilly deputy at this point. I mean, just give me...
I'm not there, but I'm close.
Yeah. Something... Okay, so here's... talking about Moneypenny's virtual reality sex thing or whatever that was.
Sure.
Which is probably she's probably getting sent to HR after that. That's...
Oh, yeah.
Miss inappropriate conduct at work. Inappropriate?
Sure.
Inappropriate.
Inappropriate.
Words. When that scene started, and it had not yet been revealed to us that it's just a virtual reality thing.
Sure.
I thought and really enjoyed... the scene went downhill for me. I got a real kick and a smile at first when I thought to myself, oh, it's the last film in the continuity.
Oh, yeah, true.
They know that they're going to start it over. That
Interesting.
The next 007 is going to be a reboot.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you wrap up 22 films? You tie up the biggest loose end.
Neat.
You allow Moneypenny and Bond, and maybe Bond settles down, and maybe he will get married again.
Sure.
And it's Moneypenny. Moneypenny is the girl that he never actually felt good enough for, which is I get. Listen, I get it. That's a bullshit. It's not a reason to sleep around with everyone else. I get it, but. For the sake of storytelling, it's a plot point that is used often in storytelling. So, deal with it.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is it. It's actually going to happen. And what better way is there to finish this thing off than for Moneypenny to actually get the man? She deserves it.
Yeah.
She deserves a lot better, but.
Yeah.
Give her what she wants. And then it wasn't that, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I don't know. I got really excited. I thought it was going to be more than it was, but that's fine.
That's super interesting. I never considered it from that context. And now I don't actually even know if they knew this was the last Brosnan movie going into it or not, but that's a fascinating point, and that's interesting to share.
Yeah, and I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah.
Okay, Bond song. Before I give you a score.
Sure.
I'm going to read you my notes.
Please.
I think it's an inventive sequence.
Okay.
I think there's too much happening in the sequence. They tried too many things. They're the greasy spoon diner that has 60 specials. That
Pick
there's
two.
there's one in our hometown
Yeah.
that is now under new management, but the last couple of summers, you'll know the one. You could go in, and it was seasonal. It was only open in the warm months.
Sure.
But you could go in, and alongside ice cream, you could also get 17 different varieties of poutine. You could get just about anything deep fried that you could want to get deep fried. Funnel
Sure.
cakes, beaver tails, burgers, fries, onion rings, waffle fries, sweet potato. And it was just like, and none of it was great. It was like, it's like pick 10 things and do them real well. Don't give me 60 mediocre shit entrees. So anyways.
Right.
But really what it comes down to, we're not just talking about the sequence here. The name of the category is Bond Song. I give Bond Song a 0.
Holy shoot. Wow.
What a horrid,
Oh, man.
hot, steamy, mushy, half stepped on, rotting, decaying piece of shit song.
Oh, man.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
Like, not only did it not feel like a Bond song, I would rather, now this is no more a Bond song, but if you take away the Bond song quality, I would rather, and I kid you not, I would rather listen to Rebecca Black's Friday than ever listen to whatever the hell that was.
Yeah. At least it's
It
a
was
little
like-
uplifting, the Rebecca Black's Friday.
Oh my God. Like,
Yeah.
it was just terrible. So I give Die Another Day a 0 for a Bond song. Horrid. I don't think it can get worse. I hope it can't get worse. I don't want to have to replace my TV when I throw the coffee table through it. It was so freaking horrendous. I gave Bond Song a 0. End of story. Enough said. I'm not going to apologize. It doesn't require any further justification. It just sucks.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I gave it a 6. And
What are you doing?
Yeah.
What? Are you serious?
I did.
Podcast over. Like,
Yeah.
oh.
You know, you should be a used car salesman, because as soon as you were saying all these things, I'm like, dang, I really should not have given it a 6.
Man. No, you don't want to buy that one. You want to buy this one.
The only thing I wrote down, I literally have one note, so if that's an indication, maybe that says something. Literally the only thing I wrote was, again, some star power, Madonna.
Madonna.
That's it. I will say, of the Pierce Brosnan, it is my least favorite song, and I feel it still is better than some of the sludge that we had in the previous 17 films before the Pierce Brosnan ones. There were some ones that were not memorable. At least this one I can definitely remember, and I wouldn't put it on my Spotify, but I wouldn't turn the radio off if it came on. So.
Oh my God, man. We must have seen different versions of the film. This should have been a career-ending moment for Madonna.
This is around the time where she was less popular. Like, I think from here, like, her career kind of went sub rosa and just was a little...
I can't flip and imagine why.
Oh, yeah.
My goodness.
All right.
Holy crap.
I'll wrap this up with some quotes. There's some good quotes.
I have one written down. I have one quote that simultaneously made me super, like, I just grinned and thought that was super funny.
Sure.
And simultaneously made me kind of a little uncomfortable.
Oh.
And felt like it belonged in an American Pie movie and not a 007 movie.
Wow.
It's during the fencing scene.
Yep.
And 007 says,
Okay.
I have been known to keep my tip up.
Oh.
And I was like,
Yeah.
what? Did 007 just make a boner joke? What is happening? Like,
Where have we
007
gone?
is the king of weird, uncomfortable one-liners. But but erection jokes. This is
Yeah.
this is a new weird for me.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
I thought it was really funny. Like it admittedly it made me laugh when it happened, but that was instantly interrupted by kind of a shiver. And I was like, what is happening?
You threw up in your mouth a little bit.
I did. So that's the one. I'm sure you have more.
I've got 3 in total. The first, quote unquote, kicking in the front seat, sitting in the back seat, gotta make up my mind. Which seat can I say? Oh, no, sorry, that's Rebecca Black's Friday. My bad.
I was like, wait a second, I don't remember this. And I'm like, for context, I'm like picturing all the scenes when he's in a car, and I'm like,
Oh,
what
yeah.
the hell could he have been talking about? Okay, yeah. I'm
Friday.
I'm amazed that. I don't know. Amazed is the right word. Wow, you really know those lyrics.
I have them actually
That's-
Google, like they're on my tablet right now.
Oh, okay.
I swear. They're not tattooed on my bicep yet.
Sure. Okay.
So the first, actually I have 2 quotes. The first was kind of corny. I don't know if I smirked or not. I think it was just too corny, to be honest with you. Not at the level of awkwardness of the quote you just said, but in the bull crap scene where Bond initiates CPR and then defibrillates like his healthcare workers trying to help him, he looks at one of the female healthcare workers and like winks and is like, "Thanks for the breath of life." And honestly, this female healthcare worker like looked like a cheerleader when the high school quarterback winks at her. Like I was like, woman, like you are weak at the knees, and this guy like just assaulted one of you and then is like escaping from confinement. Like, get a hold of yourself.
Yeah.
But the actual quote is such an early 2000s comment, like all over. And the henchman is like, "Who sent you? Who sent you here? Who's paying you to do this?" And Halle Berry's like, "Yo mama." And I was like, wow.
It
Really?
didn't even feel like a one-liner to me. It was definitely an early 2000s thing.
It was such
but
an
yeah, it
early
was just like,
I was like, wow. This movie is from 2002 through and through. That's it. That's all I got.
oh, okay. Was that 3? Yeah, I guess that was 3.
With the Rebecca Black, yeah, it was.
With the yeah. Okay. Ask me the dreaded question, sir. Oh no! I gotta tell you. We
Yeah.
gotta talk about what this means. What does this mean? This film gets a 6.
Really?
So GoldenEye had So the
Oh, wow.
GoldenEye had a 7.5.
Yep.
The what was the Tomorrow Never Dies had a 7.25. The World Is Not Enough was down to a 7, so it was a 0.25% decrease each time. This lost a whole 10%. Yeah, it lost a whole 10%. It gets a 6 or a 60%. Above average because there's a lot of fun stuff happening. There's a lot of great gadgets. The Aston Martin Vanquish. There's all of these things. The song really dragged it down. Just such a shit song. Bad villains, really. Not really.
No.
Not good villains.
No.
And some penis jokes, which
What the hell?
I don't know has ever raised any film's score for me. So
No.
yeah.
But
a 6. So still above average.
Sure. Sure.
Still above 5. Just above a 5.
Yep.
But yeah, 60 or 6.
6. Yeah. I give it a 5 out of 10. So it's right down the middle. It's average. So this is the 22nd Bond film, and according to my tally, it's tied. So depending on which way it flip-flops, it's either the 9th best or 10th best. So it's pretty much right in the middle, which is the score. 5 out of 10 is also right in the middle. So it is what it is. Definitely not the best. Definitely not the worst we've seen. Of some of the garbage we've seen, unfortunately, I'd probably say I'd rather rewatch Die Another Day, maybe. But definitely the least popular of the Pierce Brosnan films for me.
Yeah, and I think that's clearly that's something we both agree on.
Where do you think this ranks on the tomato meter? of all the 26 current James Bond films? Do you think it's in the top?
I mean, there's nothing left in the bottom 20.
Correct. You either
the
have
bottom 10.
Top 10 or middle 10.
I'm going to go middle 10 because I don't think this film deserves top 10.
Sure. It's actually number 1 on all 26.
What?
No, I just made that up. I just wanted to give you a stroke. It is in the middle 10.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. Sorry. It is the middle 10. Sorry, I was just joshing you. Yeah.
Do you... How are you married? How is someone...
Good question, but for another podcast.
For another pod, we will unpack our personal relationships and how we are undeserving of them.
In next week's episode.
Okay, so middle 20. What are my options?
Okay, so you got 17, 18, and 20.
I'm going to go... I'm going to go 18. I'm going to go 18.
Close. It was 20. So
okay.
Everything is up from here.
Everything. And with what? What is the percentage?
57.
Oh, okay. So not actually, far off from...
And actually right between you and me. You gave it higher than a 5. I gave it below, a 5. So it was kind of right in the middle. 57%.
Hear that? The scale works. Stop doubting it.
Of note,
it's a good scale.
Going into the last 4 eps, we've got the 2 spot, the 5 spot, and 17 and 18 open. So take that for what it's worth.
The 2, the 5, 17, and 18. What was number 1? What did Rotten Tomatoes say was the best?
Goldfinger.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I can see. I disagree, but I can.
Sure.
I can stomach the fact that that's what a lot of people would side with.
Yeah, and this scale has many flaws. Like Goldfinger, yeah, you and I can tip our hats and say, sure.
Sorry, which scale has many flaws?
The tomato meter scale.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant ours. I was like,
no, well, that too. But
yeah,
we can tip our hats and say Goldfinger 1 we can live with. But then there's something, and even on Her Majesty's Secret Service, at least I could live with it. It's number 7, so I can live with that. But Thunderball being number 6, really? Yeah.
They need to. I think fundamentally what this comes down to, Rotten Tomatoes. I think it's time. I think you need to implement urine tests before allowing people to rate movies. You need to ensure that they're not on PCP or MDMA or any kind of alcohol, because clearly people don't know what the shit they're talking about. We should do like instead of Rotten Tomatoes, you and I should get like a just about ripe pineapples. That'll be the name of the website. Just about ripe pineapples, and sweet and succulent will be a good score, and green and prickly will be not such a hot score. But we'll make like literally, I think we could make hundreds of dollars with this business adventure.
Yeah.
Venture, not adventure. Fuck. Man, it's late. It's bedtime. That's not true. I'm gonna go watch Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one.
Nice. Well, I'll wrap this thing up so you can go watch that film.
Wrap it up like a Christmas present that you didn't ask for, but you got anyways.
If you haven't done so already, please like, follow, subscribe, and all our social media links, which are below: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If you're feeling like supporting the show, please check out our Patreon page or our merchandise page below. If you're not at that level of support yet, no worries. Thank you all for listening, and we appreciate any likes or comments or feedback that you can give us on the episode page, and please give us a positive rating and review wherever you're listening to us.
Yeah. And if you're listening to this and you're like, oh man, I can't wait until this Sunday's episode. It's awkward.
We're taking a week hiatus.
Yeah. No episode this week, which means the next episode we record is Casino Royale.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, yeah, that would be.
Golly,
Yeah.
Miss Molly.
Yeah.
And then the 2007 vote. So that's exciting. And then Black Mirror, man. We're teasing Black Mirror on all of our social media. I can't wait. I'm so excited to talk about Black Mirror.
Yeah.
It's going to be depthiness. I hope. Or it'll be shallow shit, but I'm hoping not. All right. Thank you so much for listening. And, remember, keep your martinis wet and your women shaken?
No.
I don't know.